Hi, I'm Vanessa Lachey, and you're watching Us Magazine. So the new season of Wipeout is coming out, and it's Winter Wipeout, and what you guys can expect are bigger courses, bigger falls, and a new co-host. I am joining the family with the Johns, John Anderson and John Henson, and I throw a couple of little side digs in there that you guys don't want to miss. I personally have always been a fan of Wipeout and wanted to do the show, was dying to do the show. I got to the set site, and you know how they say the camera adds 10 pounds to a person? Well, I think that it scales down what Wipeout actually is. It's huge. It's one of the slides was 7 stories high. One of the drops was an actual 2-story, well, 1.5-story drop into the puddle of water. So now that I know all the ins and outs, I don't know that I personally would do it. I think I should do it, so I have more empathy for the contestants. But since I'm married now, I thought maybe I can get my husband to do it, then he can tell me about it, teamwork. And then I can have empathy through him. If it was Nick and I competing on Wipeout, now that I am married, I will plead the fifth. But you know who would win. I do consider myself to be a competitive person. I've tried to get better as I've gotten older because I'm not just competitive physically, but I'm also competitive emotionally. Like arguments, I have to win the argument, or I have to be right, or I have to get my point across. And so I've learned to try to let that go. It's not that big of a deal, or c'est la vie, or let him win every now and then. But I am very competitive. And unfortunately, so is my other half. So 2 very competitive Scorpios make for a very interesting conversation. Married life is good. It's everything that you hope for, and all the things you fear aren't there if you have the right partner, I think. Because for us, it's been just a smooth transition. We've been dating for 5.5 years, so there is no argument that we can't come out on the other side of. There's no confusion that we don't get. There's no trust issues. We've built a great foundation. And moving forward, it's just like, now I can say I'm Vanessa Lachey. That's pretty much been the only change. We even lived together before we were married, so I think that was a great testing ground. But the good thing is we can still surprise each other and surprise ourselves. So that's been the fun part, is the ability to still kind of surprise each other and also know that someone has your back. We, before, used to probably go our own separate ways, or, just have to win the argument, and now we know we're stuck with each other, so we work it out more. I feel like when you're dating, people say, when are you going to get married? And then when you get married, when are you going to have kids? And when you have your first kid, when are you going to have your second kid? And then when your kids are older, when are you going to be grandparents? And then you start doing it to your kids. When are you going to get married? When are you going to have kids? When are you going to find a nice man? So it comes with the territory. People always asking, we're married, and that's that. So God willing, we'll go this way. God willing, we'll go that way. It just always cracks me up when people ask if we're trying. I think that's a little personal.